Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me, first impressions, some drugstore products and Glossier products. I chose to mix those in because the price point of Glossier is a lot better. So yes, I'm going to be using pretty much all drugstore products, Glossier products. I did that look before a few weeks ago where I shared with you how I put on like the contour and blush and highlight and everything first, then foundation. And you guys really liked that, but you wanted to see a drugstore version. So that's what I attempted to create for you. Some products were hits, some were misses. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video and you can see how I created this very easy makeup look that I think looks really nice, but isn't hard. And I don't know, I think it's easy. Okay, anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, we're going to use my favorite little product here, which is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This is a drugstore product. It is good stuff. I use quite a bit of it, and I don't feel sorry for it. It feels really good. It feels real good on the skin, and it gives you just like this dewy, kind of fresh looking glow, which again, I've said this before, like in the summer, this is a product I might consider just wearing by itself. In the summer when I have a little color to my skin and things like that, I might just wear that instead of wearing foundation. I don't know, we'll see. There is a darker shade. This is the lighter one, 901 Fair Glow. There is a slightly darker one. Okay, let's see. I have, like I said, I've got some new Glossier products, which I've never used Glossier, so this is new to me. This is what I found to use for the contour. If you guys remember in that other video, I used the Fenty beauty stick thing. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation stick. And I just got the shade 409 Honey, which is more of a contour type shade. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm real scared. Okay. Let's just, okay. All right. Oh, hello. Hello? Okay. We're going to start with a real little bit because I don't really know how this stuff works. So we're just going to kind of tap a little bit in there. And the other thing I discovered was that even with the other one, instead of like painting all over my whole face with this and then trying to blend it in, I'm using a Real Techniques brush. So this is a drugstore brush. I start in smaller areas because I end up with extra on my brush, and I use that for other areas on my face that I don't want to be as harshly contoured. Don't get scared, I promise. You guys are probably looking at, first of all, it looks different in person than it does in real life. But you guys are probably looking at this like, holy crud moly, that looks terrible. But just slow your roll. Hold the phone, slow your roll. Let's just give it a second. We're gonna blend it out. Also, and then see, this is what I mean. So then I just take this and move it down here, what's left on the brush, instead of drawing another line. Also, we have kind of working with some weird lighting today. My window's right here, and so I have a little bit of artificial light right here. It's not the best circumstance, but when you have 7 kids, you film when you can, and I can film right now. Now, if I'm just being 100% honest, this is a little orangey for my taste. For a contour shade, I definitely prefer for it to be far more ashy than this, because it's really not supposed to be a bronzer. It's supposed to be a contour, which means it's supposed to look like depth in your face, which is created by bone protuberance and indentation, you know what I mean, like bone structure basically. So this is not exactly doing that, but that's okay. We're gonna see how it looks when we cover it with foundation. This is trial and error. These are the things. I might have to go out today looking like a complete Cheeto, and just know that I'm doing this because I love y'all. Because I just keep using my Fenty beauty stick because that works for me. But y'all asked for drugstore, so I am trying to make it happen, Captain. I will say, look for a different shade probably. We'll see how it looks once all said and done. But perhaps look for a little ashier shade, Okay, let's just keep blending this. And then I'm just going to take what's left over and use it to kind of contour my nose a little bit. Just on the sides right there, over the top. Just give it some shape and around the head. Oh, great. My camera's dying. Grr. CR's downstairs. I'm going to be really lazy right now, so don't judge me. I'm going to call him, and I'm going to ask him to bring me another battery. He's downstairs, and he's not answering my call. Till death do us part, huh? Well, apparently not. Okay, we'll try that again in a second. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try, so I got some cloud paint. And I also got, so just so you know, I got some Flower Beauty. These are by the brand Flower Beauty, which is Drew Barrymore's brand. Blush Balm. This is kind of an orangey shade. Nectar and Melon. I got those. But then I also got the cloud paint in Beam and Dawn. So I want to try the cloud paint with you guys today because I've already tried the Flower Beauty ones and I do like them, but I haven't tried the cloud paint. So I'm going to try that today. So you just, what I found, is you just put like that. I mean, and that's too much. I won't even use all that. That's the thing with these. And I think these can actually be used, okay, they call it a cheek color. Sometimes they say you can use these as lip stains. Ooh, oh, okay, hey. Guys, this blends way, 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 way better than the flower ones. I like the flower ones, do not get me wrong, but those take a little work and sometimes the amount of pigmentation they put down is a little scurry and you got to work with it for a little bit to get it to look normal. Also, just FYI, my face is a little red today because I just took a soak in the tub like a real diva. I just took a soak in the tub, and when I'm the kind of person, my tub is so hot that I get out and my face is like all red and angry because it's so warm in the tub. Anyways, this is blending out beautifully. So much in fact that I will probably, because it is such a light pigment, I will probably go back over with the, after I put the foundation on, I'll go back over it again. I don't always have to do that depending on the strength of the product, but we'll see. We'll see how much the foundation covers and all that because we're going to be using a drugstore foundation today. All right, highlight. I got a drugstore highlight. I got this one. This is the LA Girl Velvet Highlight Contour Stick. Just looks like this. So, I'm not sure what to use. Okay. It's kind of dry. It's not, okay. We're gonna take my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and I'm just gonna do that number with it and see if that helps. Because I feel like, let me just try it on my hand. I feel like nothing's coming off. Like, it's such an incredibly fair highlight, I guess is the word, like non-existent, that it's real hard to see. So if you want, I mean, I could see it a little bit. If you want a super like en natural highlight, then this is what you want. If you don't want to look like you're wearing any makeup, but you just have some glow to your skin, then I suppose that would be what you want. I feel like the Glossier did the same thing as this. So that's a hard pass for me. Hard pass. I don't think I have any other drugstore highlights that I can put on. I think all the other highlights I have are, I have the Balm. I did get a, oh, I did. Hold on, hold up. I got a Glossier highlight, so we're gonna use that. And the reason I'm using Glossier in conjunction with other beauty or other drugstore products is because the Glossier brand is pretty stinking affordable compared to, I would say it's like in between Sephora and drugstore. Like it's in between there. So we're gonna try this one. This is in the shade Quartz. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna, let me actually test it on my hand first. Oh, okay. This is a little more, I don't know why I'm trying to show you like you could see that. This is a little more pigmented, so we're just gonna kind of go in with that because I like a dewy look. I find it to be youthful on my skins. So that's like one of my favorite movies, by the way, America's Sweethearts, when he's like, let's make something of both our skins. That's like my favorite part of the whole movie. Oh, that's not true. One of my other favorite parts is when he's like, you publicist piece of, I can't even enjoy my shower. And then he tells her, let's make something of both our skins. I love that movie. Okay, I'm gonna use the Loreal Pro Glow. Wait, hold on. Will you guys be angry if I use this? I almost cannot do my makeup without it now. This is the Becca, what's it called? Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. Guys, it's the bee's knees. I love it so much, so I'm gonna use it. It's not a drugstore product and it's not cheap, but throw tomatoes at me. I just almost cannot do my makeup without this stuff. I love it sure much. It's, again, like I said, it's one of those products. There's few things that are at a higher price point that I would say like, you need this, and there's no equivalent at the drugstore. I've never found an equivalent at the drugstore to this. So we're just gonna use it and pretend you didn't see that. If you don't like it, just pretend you didn't see it. Okay. So now we're gonna go in with foundation, and This is the problem with having such a mess, is that I literally just had the foundation in my hand and now I don't know where it is. It's like I have to stop for a second because I know it's right here in front of me and my eyes are just not seeing it. What in the smeck did I do with it? Because oh, there it is. Hey, see, told you I'd find it. Okay, Loreal Pro Glo, why can't I say that? Loreal Pro Glo Infallible. Okay, this is the 201 shade. And yeah, this is supposed to have a dewier finish. Their other Pro Glow is a matte, which does not work for me. I do not like mattes. I have to take the top off of this in order to make it work. There we go. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna put some of that on my beauty blender. Or I feel like it's kind of bright. Ooh, it's dripping, dripping, dripping. Okay, okay. That's very light. That's very light. But this is the idea, guys. If you saw that other video that I did, the idea is that you create that look underneath the foundation, that sort of chiseled look of contour and everything underneath the foundation, so that when you put your foundation on top of it, it just looks natural. It just looks like that's what your cheekbones look like. They're just pretty and glowy, and there's some contour and shape and blush and all that. So the idea is that it creates a much more natural look to your contour and highlight and blush and all that stuff. For me, it's really good for an everyday kind of look. When I want to do more with my makeup, I want to wear more eyeshadow, more whatever, I definitely will still go over the top of it with even more highlight and contour. But I kind of find it's like a good way that I like to start the base of my makeup. Pretty much do it every day. So, okay. Also, a lot of people who do this, I told you guys I learned this look from Sam, and I linked her video the last time. I'll link it again. She puts on her concealer and everything. I just do the contour, highlight, blush piece of it, and then I do my under eye concealer stuff after. Okay, so this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I also like the Lumi Cushion foundation, but this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I feel like it has a very beautiful natural finish that's a little bit glowy. It needs a minute. Sometimes foundations need a second. They need just a minute to like settle into their new home on your face. So you need to give it a second to settle in. The one thing I did not buy, and I'm soups sorry. Did I just say soups? I did. One thing I did not buy, and I'm super sorry, is a brow product, which I feel like I really should have if I would have been thinking about it, because there's quite a few new brow products out at the drugstore that I have seen lots of people talk about that I really love. I will tell you guys, like I don't watch a ton of beauty channels here on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna look over here and do my brows while I'm talking to you guys. I'm gonna tell you a little story here. I don't watch a ton of channels. This sounds really mean, but I especially don't usually watch like the bigger channels. I don't know, mostly because the bigger channels are doing a lot of, for the most part, are doing a lot of like Instagram makeup and glam makeup and things like that, which is fun to watch for me every now and again. But I'm actually looking for like tips on ways to wear my makeup like every day as a mom of 7. So again, like you do you. If you want to wear like full on glam makeup every day, I'm here for it and I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna compliment you on it every time I see it. But that's just not me. I'm not gonna do that. So anyways, I find myself drawn towards channels that I feel like either one, really entertain the heck out of me enough that I don't really care what makeup you're doing, like Raw Beauty Christy. That woman makes me laugh so hard. I snort, I pee myself, it's uncontrollable. My husband will literally walk in the room and he can tell by the way I'm behaving. He'll go, "You're watching that girl on YouTube again, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Because she just makes me laugh so much. And he watched one of her videos with me and he said, "You like her so much because she's just like you." So I love her videos so much. There's also another girl on YouTube named Shelby, and her channel used to be called something else, which is why I don't know her actual. I'm going to link all these down below in the description box so you guys know. She does very, very, very wearable, beautiful makeup looks. So that's why I love her. I'm trying to think of who else like within the beauty community. Okay, let's see. That's good enough. Good enough. I don't even care. I'm also going to put some of the Boy Brow. This is one of Glossier's like most popular products is this Boy Brow. This looks like this. So we're going to give it a whirl-ski. I'm still going, still rolling. Let me try to call CR again because he didn't answer. I think he's reading with the kids. I mean, what a terrible mother am I that I would interrupt him reading with the kids to make him bring me a battery. I'm calling you right now on the phone.
I know, I was walking right down.
Because are you trying to lay that baby down in here while I'm filming? I was going to ask you to bring me another battery because my battery's going to die on this thing. I just don't watch a ton of beauty channels, but I watch Raw Beauty Christy, that girl Shelby. Obviously, I watch Lisa Eldridge and Pixie Woos. They are like my favorite, the original. Like you want to learn some real makeup tips and tricks and stuff. Those are the channels you're going to get. Like, they're just incredible artists. Also Samantha, I just told you about. Her channel used to have a different name too. I'm sorry, I feel like my lips are so dry. I need to put something on them. Her channel used to have a different name too, and I don't remember what it was. Battleash, I think. Anyways, love Samantha. So, those are some of my favorite channels. I could put a little something on my lips. It's driving me nuts. Those are some of my favorite channels to watch and get like real actual like makeup advice and tips from. Don't get me wrong, there's some of the other really like big channels that do kind of crazy stuff that are super fun to watch every once in a while. But when I actually want to learn like some real makeup tips that I would apply to myself. Oh, can I not use my MAC? Oh boy, I really did not think this through very well. I'm just going to use this Maybelline Fit Me in shade 5 Ivory on my eyelids just to as like an eyeshadow primer and concealer. Normally I would use my MAC product that I love so much. This is a drugstore-ish-esque thing. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sure if it's charged or not.
See, he came back. Oh, uh-oh. Well, I don't actually have any drugstore eyeshadows. I don't. I cleaned out all my stuff and I only kept stuff that I really use and love. So I don't have any drugstore eyeshadows. What we're going to do is I'm just going to use this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm just going to run this over my lids. This is something I would do anyways, and I do. I used to have a teacher in high school that would always say that whenever you would say do, or he would say, I do this or whatever, then he would crack up laughing and it would be like a 5-minute joke about do. See, he wasn't a grown man, and even grown men, just the poop jokes. They can't stop with them. Anyway, so I'm going to put this just all over my eyelids, just a wash up color. It's just a bronzer. I do this all the time, actually. Very, very regular type thing for me to do. So it's fine. We're just gonna make it work. Literally nothing fancy. Okay. I feel like it's only fair that the idea was that I was gonna find drugstore products for that, for the way of doing the face, which was the contour and highlight. And you can see, I mean, it looks pretty good. I still feel like it needs a little more contour above it, as well as it's just a little too orange tone for my taste, so I would look for a different one. So I am going to go in with some non-drugstore products on the rest of my face because that's just what we're going to do. I'm going to use this Laura Mercier Intense Amethyst Caviar Stick. This was like in one of the holiday sets, so I got a bunch of them. And I'm just going to put this on my lid right here. And then I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. So super easy, don't need a bunch of fancy stuff. And I do think that, I don't know, y'all tell me, do some of the other drugstore brands have like eyeshadow sticks? I haven't really looked. I really wanted to try these Laura Mercier ones. And like I said, they had this during the holidays. It's just like a little set. See, it's just so easy. I feel like this lighting looks crazy, but it's just such like an easy way to add a little bit of punch to your eyes. And again, it's the easiest thing ever. You don't have to worry about like crazy blending techniques or having all the right brushes. You can literally just use your finger to pat it out. I have a CoverGirl Brown. This is the Perfect Point Plus in Espresso 210, but I think I'm pretty much out of it. I'm going to see if I can get anything out. Otherwise, I might have to switch to my Urban Decay pencil. But I'm just going to use this to kind of just put a little bit of brown eyeliner up here in my lash line, and then I'm going to smudge it out. So it's nothing too harsh looking. It's just, we're going to kind of smoke it out, if you will, as they say. I don't know who they is, but we always talk about them. They say. Am I the only person who struggles with this? When I I have poor vision in my right eye. So when I close my left eye to do makeup and it's my right eye that's like viewing what I'm doing, everything goes blurry. And I'm like, well, hope everything looks okay over there. I can't really see what I'm doing. Also, this mirror is far away from me, so I can't really see what I'm doing either. It's fine. So I'm just taking a flat brush like this, see? Very flat. And I'm just going to use that to kind of blend out that brown liner. I just don't want it to be harsh. And again, this is another technique that I think is so easy because it's really hard to mess it up. You know, you just plop a little eyeliner on there, and then if you blend it out, it doesn't matter. It didn't have to go on perfectly. You don't have to get a perfectly straight, perfect line. You could just kind of blend it out and make it kind of smoky and messy, which is kind of sexy looking, you know? Okay. And I got goop in my eye. That is not sexy. Okay. Burp, burp, burp. The only other thing I kind of want to do is take that and do under my upper waterline. So under these, you guys know I have like lash extensions on right now. So kind of in the line there, because it helps fill in the gaps. And even if you don't have lash extensions, just your regular lashes, it always looks better to fill in those little gaps under, in between your eyelashes. It just makes the lash line look a little bit thicker, and especially right before you put on mascara, it adds a little something something, and it's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a teeny bit of mascara. Again, I said this before, like if you have lash extensions, ask your lash person if you can put mascara on them. My girl doesn't really like me to do it, but she said I can, so sometimes I like to break the rules. Especially because these have been on for about a little over 2 weeks now, so they need a fill. And they're starting to look a little squirrely and mangy. So when they start to look mangy, I put mascara on them to at least try to make them look a little better. All right, so concealer. I'm gonna put just a little bit of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Again, this is me trying to stick to more drugstore products than not. I wouldn't necessarily normally use this because I use the Smashbox concealer and I feel like it does pretty good, but I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there. And we're gonna blend it out with my Real Technique sponge. Again, you guys know my love for this sponge. It is at Ulta and Target, and I think it's only $4 or $5 compared to $20 for the Beauty Blender. I do want to try the Flower Beauty sponge because I have heard lots of people rave about that one. So I do kind of want to give that one a whirl at some point. But now I need concealer. I'm scared to use this Maybelline number 5 because I do think it's the wrong color for me. So it's probably going to end up looking terrible. But this Fit Me concealer is my favorite concealer from the drugstore if I have the right shade. So try not to judge the fact that it's probably the wrong shade. I'm going to do the side of my nose, that area, here, wherever. I get a little slap happy with concealer. Here's what I will say, and I think I've talked to you guys about this before. I get hormonal redness around my nose, which kind of drives me bonkers because it wears off. My face is so dry, I don't usually powder my face, but my makeup wears off there during the day and it peaks out and it kind of drives me crazy. Also, I had my nose pierced and there's a hole there and I literally can never cover it up. It doesn't matter, it's always there. And I had my nose ring in for, the first time I had my nose pierced, I had it in for 6 weeks. The second time I had my nose pierced, I think I only had it in for like a few days before I took it out. I don't know why I can't learn my lesson that even though I love facial piercings and nose piercings and stuff like that on other people, it just doesn't really fit me and who I am, and I always end up feeling not like myself with it and want to take it out. So I don't know when I'm going to learn my lesson and stop putting holes in my face, you know, because I just don't like it. And now I got this like permanent hole in my nose. I need to use a little bit of powder now on the sides of my nose. And unfortunately, again, I do not have a drugstore powder because I don't use powders normally, but I got this one, the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's called like Magic Powder. And this is like the only powder that I will put on my face. And I'm just putting it on the sides of my nose here to try to help kind of deal with that makeup breakup that happens around my nose. But that's, okay, maybe I'll put a little bit around here just to set the concealer. But that's it. I don't set my under eyes. If I set my under eyes, I'm going to look like I'm 85 years old in about 10 minutes. I used to use the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder because that's what everybody said to use to set your under eyes, because that was when I listened to what everybody told me to do with my makeup, until I suddenly realized that, like, hey, guess what, B? You got like crepey under eyes and you cannot set your under eyes, and it's okay. I would rather just touch the little creasing with my pinky finger or ring finger throughout the day if it creases than to have a dry, crepey looking under eye all day because I put powder under there when I didn't need it. We were talking about something and now I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, I was asking somebody, I was like, I wonder if you can get like, you know, people can get all kinds of things done to their face. I wonder if there's a way that they can like fill that in. But then I'm like, fill it in with what? It's missing skin. They literally punched a hole. So what am I going to ask for? A skin transplant? I need a skin transplant on this teeny little dot on my nose. That feels very dramatic and like a complete overreaction. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. So these are the great conversations that I will get to have with my kids one day because I also have a tattoo I regret. So one of these days I'm going to get to show my girls, like, don't go get that butterfly tattoo when you turn 18. Don't do that. Don't do that like rebellious, I can do what I want tattoo. You will regret it. Don't just pierce your face without thinking about it thoroughly because you will maybe regret it. I'm just going to use a little bit more of that Physicians Formula just to add a little more depth here. Like I said, I didn't know if I was going to need to or not, but I think especially with that other product being so orangey, I'm just trying to kind of do a little bit of resuscitation to my face here. Fix it. Make it a little bit better. Because I do have to film another video, so I don't want to look like a Cheeto. Also, I haven't been feeling well. And when I'm not feeling well, my glands like to swell. That's pretty common, but I don't know that everyone notices it in their own face. But because of my face shape and that kind of thing, like I notice it a lot in these glands right here. And so I already kind of got a double chin going on. But when I'm not feeling well and my glands are swollen, it's like even worse. And it makes me crazy because I'm trying to like contour it. I'm like, can't contour away swollen glands. There's no hope. Just deal with it. Okay, I'm just going to take a teeny weeny itty bitty little amount of that cloud paint. Again, this is the shade, I don't know, Beam. This is the shade Beam. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And I'm going to put a little bit more of that here just to bring a little more life into my pale face. And then the other thing I like to do often is take my beauty sponge and just kind of pat around the edges of that product that I've put on just to make sure that it's really nice and blended well. And I'm even going to take just a little bit more of that highlight. Ideally, you wouldn't have to do this or want to do this or need to do this with this particular makeup technique of laying everything down first. But for me, I feel like the products just weren't totally right for what I was looking to do. So I feel the need to do that. All right, I need to put something on my bottom lash line. Aha! These are Drugstore. These are NYX. They're just eyeliners, but in the shade Jewel and Golden Bronze. Which one should I use? These shades both look really beautiful with green eyes. So if you have green eyes, give these a shot. This is, again, something I will just line my lash line with and sort of blend out a little bit and be done with it. That's all I'll do for an eye look because I have purple on the top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this shade Golden Bronze just down here on the lower lash line. Make sure you sharpen it. It'll poke your friggin' eye out. Ouch. Ow! Mine is not sharp in the right places. Okay, there we go. Just gonna put a little bit of that on the lower lash line, and then I am gonna blend it out just a little bit. I've made such a mess, I can't find anything. Where, oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, guys, do you guys love VeggieTales as much as I do? Oh, where's my hairbrush, Larry Boy? Larry Boy's the best. I've been trying to introduce the babies to VeggieTales. Get them to like it as much as I do because I have all those songs memorized. I can do like a heartfelt, bring you to tears rendition of You Are His Cheeseburger. If you do not know VeggieTales, You Are His Cheeseburger, you're missing out. Because a song that teaches small children that you are special to Jesus in the same way that a delicious cheeseburger is, like, come on, it's perfect. Okay, anyways. Oh, this is great. Perfect. The Revlon Balm Stain in, I believe this is Honey, 001 Honey. Perfect. Just to glide on. I love these kind of chunky, everyone call them chubby sticks. You guys know I hate that. But anyways, these are like chubby sticks. They're just really easy to use. And I love that the pigmentation is enough, but not too much, which makes them really easy to wear and really easy to apply. Okay, there we go. A mostly Drugstore, a little bit of Glossier mixed in makeup look, which I like. It I feel good in this. This feels good. It feels right to me. I like it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Links to everything I use will be down below in the description box. I'm making a big announcement tomorrow on this gathered nest, and then a coinciding video will be going up here on Sunday that explains a lot more of the details of it. So if you're not subscribed in both places, you probably want to be, but if you want to get like all the detailed, juicy parts of it, that I'm going to share Sunday in a video. I'm actually filming it right after this. But you beautiful ladies will see it on Sunday. So I'm going to clean up this giant mess I've made. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what else you want to see. I know this was very requested to see some more drugstore stuff. So hopefully you like it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment so I know. I try to kind of go off of what you guys are watching and liking and that kind of thing to help me determine what other videos I want to do. So you got to let me know. They got to know we got to flow. They gotta know. Did you guys know that I pretty much could, that's Renaissance Man, could pretty much like just like live an entire day just in movie quotes and be totally fine. I might actually challenge myself to that one day. Only be able to speak to those around me in quotes from my favorite movies. I think that's actually a really good idea. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you've not already, and I will see you guys back here on Sunday.